Hi, welcome to the latest edition of Under the Radar Review from the Aroundtable. I am your host, Steven, and today I'll be talking about 2011's Black and White America by Lenny Kravitz. This is supposed to be a very political album from Kravitz, or his point of view of living in a biracial family in America. Of course, this is Lenny Kravitz, and so that politicalness or racial observations are not too heavy-handed on this album, and I think that makes this a better listen. It's just you'll hear it. It's not pushing it the envelope in any way, but you do hear it and understand perhaps some of his point of view in living in America in a biracial family. But again, it's not heavy-handed. I can't stress that enough. It's a very listenable album. It's not going to offend anyone in any way, shape, or form, but it does bring to light some of the issues that he has had growing up. In my opinion, most consistent album of his career up to this point. Opening track, title track, Black and White America, Come and Get It, Stand, Super Love, Everything. Looking Back on Love is a great R&B number, and I think my favorite on here. And of course, Sunflower is pretty good too. All in all, a great album, a great melange of rock, funk, pop, and soul. Lenny Kravitz is channeling his inner David Bowie, uh, Curtis Mayfield, and Lennon on here, and he does it well. Shows he knows his way around some instruments. He plays most of the albums on, and he knows his way around the studio. Everything sounds crisp and clean. And I think my only quibble about that, it does sound crisp and clean. I think something like that should have been a little bit more gritty if he's going to talk about the hardships of growing in a biracial family in America. That's my only quibble. And perhaps, again, I mentioned in some of my older reviews on the Roundtable, I love Lenny Kravitz, and I love the fact that he can play the drums, the bass, the guitar, and everything like that. But what's missing on his albums is the interplay of a band. And I think that would make the music be a lot much more urgent and in your face. And his band that he tours with is pretty good, and I think he should get them in the studio with him. And I've been saying that for a long time. So if anybody knows Lenny, get your backing band to play on your albums. I think it would make a huge difference in how it sounds. But it shouldn't. But it doesn't take away from the pleasure of listening to this album. Like I said, the political aspects, the racial aspects are not heavy-handed. So you can play this without offending anybody or stirring up something or stirring the pot if you're playing this at home with friends and family. So this is it wasn't his biggest hit, but I think it did reasonably well, and it deserves to be listened to. It shows his prowess in the studio. And again, my only quibble is the backing band, and maybe the songs could have been a little grittier to bring those political and racial tensions up a little more. But other than that, it's a great album. I think if you are a Lenny Kravitz fan, you owe it to yourself to hear it once in your lifetime. So this is Steven with the Under Radar review, Lenny Kravitz, Black and White America. Let us know what you think. Hit the like button, subscribe. We definitely love to hear from you. This is Steven ending off the Under the Radar review for the Roundtable.